Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my Blu-ray pickups haul update. Got a few more Criterions to close off the 50% off sale at Barnes & Noble. But first, I want to talk about this brand new release, which I finally got a chance to see it, which is called The Circle with Emma Watson and Tom Hanks. And boy, after watching this film, privacy as we know it is just completely gone. So Emma Watson plays a character named May, and she takes this entry-level job at this one of the world's largest tech companies, social media companies, and she basically works her way to the top. And Tom Hanks plays one of the co-founders of the company. He's like a Steve Jobs type of guy, and he introduces this new gadget. It's like, it's like a little circle gadget, a little bit bigger than a pearl, where you can literally put it anywhere in the world and stream it online, and you can watch the video of it in real time. So yeah, it's a rather interesting film. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely worth watching. I would like to call this a corporate thriller, and it has a few special features as well. And yeah, as far as picture and audio quality, I'm going to rate this one a 4.5 out of a 5 for both. And also, Patton Oswalt's in this film too. And yeah, I liked it for what it is. And was I going to mention, Tom Hanks, of course, gives it another great performance. And something about Tom Hanks, he just seems to get a little bit younger and younger on screen. I don't know what it is, if he got some work done on his face or whatever. But yeah, always happy to see Tom Hanks in any movie that he does. He's just one of my favorite actors. But yeah, so that is The Circle. And the aspect ratio for this film is in the, let's see, 2.40 format. The next new release I checked out is a movie called The Lovers with Debra Winger and Tracy Letts, and I actually like this film a lot. The story is about this older couple who have been married for quite a long time, and they both fallen out of love for each other, and they're cheating behind each other's backs like crazy. And then they start to develop that spark again for each other, and they want to give their marriage a second try and see what happens. It's funny, it's true to life, and that's one thing that I appreciate about this film, that you actually believe the characters and you felt for them, for the situations that they were going through. And it's definitely worth picking it up. Definitely, I would would want to watch this one again. So you get a few special features, you get an audio commentary, and the aspect ratio for this film is in the 1.85 format. And as far as picture and audio quality, I'm going to rate this one a 4 out of a 5 for both. So that is The Lovers. And for these next couple films, I've done full reviews for them on my channel. You can definitely look there for more info. Picked up the comedy Going in Style, as well as Unforgettable with Katherine Heigl, Rosario Dawson. And man, Katherine Heigl played a real bitch in this one, and she just couldn't take no for an answer, and she's going after the new girl that the ex-husband married, and she just wants to make her life a living hell. Worth watching. I really like that one. And Going in Style is about three best friends in which they're not going to get a retirement pension, so they decide to rob a bank. It's really funny. I liked all of their performances. I mean, they're Academy Award winners. You can't go wrong with it. But yeah, if you're skeptical about Going in Style, like I said, give it a try. You won't be disappointed. The next movie I picked up is one of my favorite thrillers from the 90s, and that is Breakdown with Kurt Russell. And this film desperately needs a Blu-ray release. And I only got this for around $3, but to be honest, the transfer is horrible, even for DVD standards. Also co-stars J.T. Walsh, Kathleen Quinlan. And yeah, I like films like this, man. If you've never seen Breakdown, if you're a young teenager, give this a try. You won't be disappointed. And also Duel, which is Steven Spielberg's directorial debut. Yeah, I like films that take place in the middle of nowhere. It's rather interesting because you kind of feel like you're that character, and the situations that you go through. You really feel for it. Anyway, so that is Breakdown. Alrighty, so let me show you guys my Criterion pickups. Got one of my favorite road trip comedies, and that is Lost in America with Albert Brooks. Really hilarious film. Although I felt the last 5-10 minutes was a little bit too rushed. But yeah, I like how Albert's character, he's just one of those says it like it is type of guys. He doesn't BS around. And yeah, this is a film that a lot of people can relate to even today. It holds up pretty well after all these years. And when did this come out? 1985. Really great release, and really nice looking presentation. It was actually supervised by Albert Brooks because he also directed this and wrote the screenplay. Next up is The Night of the Hunter, which in my opinion is Robert Mitchum's best film ever, and what a crazy movie, man. I decided to finally pick this up now because I saw it sitting on the shelf there over at Barnes & Noble. It was kind of collecting dust. I'm like, you know what, this needs a new home. So anyway, Robert Mitchum plays a reverend, but he sure ain't your average reverend, that is for sure. He's a serial killer, and what a crazy things that he does. If you've never seen this film, Give it a try. You won't be disappointed. And I believe this is Charles Laughton's one and only film that he ever directed, because he was mostly known to be an actor. Anyway, so that is The Night of the Hunter. Moving on, the next film I picked up is one of the great cult classics from the 1980s, and that is Repo Man, which came out in 1984. And this is quite a bizarre film, especially towards the end. It really plays with your head. But I've always enjoyed this one, and I definitely wasn't in a rush to pick it up because I've had the DVD for many, many years, and I've seen it so many times. And by the way, one of my good friends is actually in this film. He plays a character named Napo. His real name is Eddie Velez, and he's had a pretty nice resume of film career, television career. He used to appear on Days of Our Lives, also the last season of A-Team. He was in the movie White Chicks and also The Hunted. But anyway, if you've never seen this film, give it a try. You might like it. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but I certainly always enjoyed it. Next up is Fear and Loathing Las Vegas, another bizarre film, but quite a fun ride, man, with Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. Actually picked this up from a third party for a much lesser price than Barnes & Noble. Got this for $14 and change. And yeah, stories about this journalist and this attorney in which they head out to Vegas with this trunk full of contraband to check out this motorcycle race, and that's when things take a really bizarre turn. And I really like the logo. Criterion released this video of the guy who made the logo. It's pretty interesting how he put it all together. Anyway, that is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And finally picked up the Japanese crime film, and that is Tokyo Drifter. And yeah, checked out the trailer for this one. Looked pretty damn good, so we'll see how it goes. Came out in 1966. And yeah, that's it for this update. I'm going to have a couple more Criterions in the next update, and that's pretty much it as far as the Barnes & Noble sale on the Criterions. The next one will be in November. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.